So I found out what I need to do, and also I figured out that I can save on the world map, not inside towns and stuff. Which is kind of stupid. I expect there to be save points inside the inns, but I guess not. I need to talk to him.
I heard you needed someone to do a run over to Portsmouth for you.
Yep, there's some cargo I need delivered from the weapon shop in Portsmouth. You'll get paid for your trouble, of course, and I'll also give you a permit to enter Portsmouth. Sound good to you?
Portsmouth?
The town to the north of here.
We need a permit to enter?
You just come off the boat, lady? They don't let anyone into that town if you don't have the right permit.
Take the job? Yeah.
We'd like to take the job, sir.
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but you're gonna need a real weapon.
Oh, well, we'll come back later then.
What do I...
Welcome.
So I can tell this game is very heavily inspired by Tales of, which makes sense because former Fantasia devs worked on this. So I found out this has a remaster on Switch and PS4, which is, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same as this, but it has different portraits and voice acting. To be honest, I like the new artwork better because I compared them to the original for PS1. And yeah, they looks more like that. But also I like the art style on this. It looks very much like Tales of. But I guess it's not really. I guess it doesn't really. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's good to the other art style. It's good to separate it, to give this its own thing apart from Tales of, because it very much feels like a Tales of game. And from the tone, so the Tales of games, they're a mix of fantasy and sci-fi, which this very much is too. And I'm not saying that this is true because they're from two different companies, but it feels like the Tales of planets could exist in this universe because I think they fit well. I think they fit well within this setting, but of course that's not true. But it does work well together. So I also took some notes because I found out it's gonna there's optional characters and I can only pick a certain amount of them per route.
Welcome. Here you go. How's this sword grab you? Oh, it's a masterpiece from a mystical Eastern blacksmith. I'll cut you a deal on it,
Yeah, so there's eight optional characters. I can only pick 4. I took some notes and I have the 4 that I plan to go for this playthrough. That'll get when we get we'll get when we get to them. And what I plan to do with the other 4 is just like I did with my Persona 1 playthrough, to come back every so often, every few years, and replay with the other, just to go through it with other characters. So yeah.
My, that's an impressive piece of work. How about we buy it, Roddick?
Yeah, we'll have trouble ahead if we don't have a good longsword on our side.
I'll make it 24, all right?
How's the price, just for you? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Not too much.
Thank you much.
Especially since I grinded off screen.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You just hold it right there. Trying to palm your junk off on some poor, unsuspecting loser, huh?
Oh, great. You again. Oh, stop messing with me business.
Shut up when I'm talking to you! Look, you guys are adventurers, right? Take it from me. This guy's sword is nothing but a big fake. I mean, if that was really an Eastern masterpiece or whatever, it would look more like a... Well, it wouldn't look like that. Well, anyway, just keep your guard up against this guy. He'll rob you blind. See ya.
That was quite a character.
He doesn't say anything. Wait. Yeah, sorry. I thought they mentioned something about Millie, but yeah. They're asking them if they've seen them.
Sorry, folks, but I've just assigned the job to that guy, right there.
What?
Oh, come on!
You two again, huh? You already promised the job to these guys? I better stay out of the way then.
I'm sorry, I just didn't think they'd
He's
actually
nice.
show up. I mean, they look so green.
Well, how about if I lend them one of my spare swords then, huh? That work for you?
No, wait. Could you go with these guys? I'll let them go if you do. I'm just too nervous to send them out on their own.
You're the boss. Sounds like we're partners now. Wanna go to Portsmouth?
Sorry to bother you about this.
Hey, we're all in this together, right? The name's C.S. Warren. Good to meet you.
My name is Roddick Ference. Please call me Roddick.
Yeah, C.S. works for me too. We don't have to be formal.
Well, Roddick is the name. Don't wear...
My name's Elia Silvestri. Glad to meet you, CS. First names work for me, too.
Well, in that case, here's your advance and the permit. Best of luck.
Permit acquired. Longsword acquired. So you're looking for some friends, huh? That's gotta be a pain in the tail.
Oh, it is.
Are you traveling for any particular reason yourself?
To work on my swordsmanship.
Oh, you seem more than strong enough to me.
It's a big world out there, you know?
Characters don't scale to my level in these events. This kind of sucks.
Who goes there? No one's allowed in without a proper permit.
We have a permit.
We've got a permit. See?
Yeah.
Very well. Pardon my rudeness. We've been getting a number of monster activity reports lately. Take care of yourselves out there.
Do we look like monsters?
Thanks.
So where's the weapon shop that Badam was talking about?
Sorry, don't know this town too well.
Well, let's look.
Agreed.
Pass through. We need to make sure that nobody suspicious enters the city. Where the heck is Terry? He'd better not have forgotten about the date again. Is an item shop. You can take a ship from here to Altanim in Astral. This is the guild school. See, I learned about this when researching too. Basically, what I was recommended was skills was to save up SP until I got determination, and put it all into that because it lowers the SP cost for everything else. Which is kind of too late to put all SP at the start of the game into that because I kind of already put some into other things, but it's good to know now. Sure the SP is at level 1, so don't waste any, which I doubt I can. I don't know. I wonder what the level cap in this is. It would depend, because I think what I heard is that these max out at 10. He's still dead. I've been so forgetful recently that I keep getting lost. At least I never forget a favor. Thanks a lot. How's it going? We get some rowdy crowds in here, and it sure ain't easy running this joint. I live my life for that one beer at the end of the day. The liquor here is pretty good, but nothing beats the stuff you get at Silverland. the food shop. I heard the Archfiend's forces are much more active up in Silverland. I wish the counter weren't so high. Guessing this is gonna be for cooking, like in the Tales of games. I actually saw someone with wings grow out of his back. It was so beautiful, like a real angel. I don't even know what the King of Ma looks like. It wasn't always that this difficult to go in and out of Portsmouth, but the pirates' attack changed all that. Do you think they were also sent in from the demon world? It's Mary's house. Mary loves eating sweet things, even though she knows it's bad for her. I really want to eat a parfait, but my mom says I can't because it'll rot my teeth. But I brush my teeth every day. I heard there's an abandoned mine somewhere in Mount Matrix. Oh, this is an inn. See, like, this one has it. But see, like, there should be save points in inns. I don't understand why there's not. Why there isn't. Hey, what gives? This room doesn't even have a carpet. Don't seem to have doors either. Like, the walls are all see-through. Nice, I really like this room, especially the beautiful carpet. What does an adventurer actually do? My husband does nothing but wander around all day. Is that what it's like? Portsmouth is only port straight from Ma in Astra. Tell Terry about his date. Oh shoot, I gotta get going. Didn't think that would actually do something. Just watch, I'm going to be a great sailor someday. I ended up eating too much when I'm out at sea, because the fish we catch are too damn tasty. I've been traveling the seas since I was just a little kid. I know the ocean like the back of my hand.
Is there some kind of trouble?
That ain't the half of it. We've been seeing Velacant's men in the waters around here.
Vel what? What's that?
You know, the barbarians over in the back country down south. You never heard of them?
So are there any ships going to Astral then?
Are you kidding me? If we sent out any now, those savages would plunder them within minutes.
Hang on, what about the job we have to do for Battle?
Deliver it?
Oh, right. We still need to do that, don't we?
Let's take care of that first.
guess I'll get ready for the departure. Crashing waves. Seagulls. Raging storms. That's stuff from male fantasies, and I love it. Okay. I wish I had a pet. A fox might be nice. I guess this is the weapon shop.
What's up? Adam sent us.
Ah, the delivery man, are you? Right. I need you to take this item to Batum for me.
This thing? All the way back there? How the hell are we gonna carry this?
I'm counting on you, folks.
If we all three take a side, we probably could.
Yeah.
Better get some tougher gear before before you cross off to Astra. I wish I could compare it to what we have. Oh, it says it up there. It's not going to do anything. This will go up. This will go up. Has been optimized. If you have no business here, I suggest you leave. Okay. You don't care about me at all, do you? I'm really sorry, Candy. I swear I'll make it up to you.
Well, we're back.
Here it is.
Oh, that was quick. Here's your payment then.
Well, I got my money. Back to the treasure hunt, I suppose.
Go with us, treasure hunt. Let's split off here. So he's not one of the ones I'm picking for my first. I'm not sure what this does. Let me just make a save state, just in case I mess up. Treasure hunt?
Treasure hunt?
Well, I found an abandoned mine earlier in my travels. It's on the Matorx mountain path, but I haven't checked it out much. It's packed.
It's packed with some serious monsters. Oh, let's split off here.
Thanks for everything, Cius. You were a big help.
See you then. It was kind of fun, I gotta admit.
It takes all kinds, I suppose.
Okay, so now we need to go to Austria. So now what? Let's go back to Portsmouth and look for some info on the captain. If that doesn't turn up anything, guess we'll have to take a ship someplace else. Alright then, off to Portsmouth. Private action. I hope we can get some new clues here. Huh? Alright, let's move on. It'd be easier to find them in larger towns. Let's rest for a bit. Kind of confused? Where could Million Onyx be? Don't remember how to say his name. I'm not sure what private action does exactly. He forget again? Oh shoot, I gotta get going.
There won't be any ships to Astral for a while. Not with the Velacant making it too dangerous for all of us.
What's Velacant?
That's bad news.
Come out, let's get ourselves equipped. Let's wait for some good news. Let's take him out.
Well, if we got rid of them for you, would you start sailing again?
Where are they?
You wouldn't mind lending us your ship for that, would you?
Oh, I'd be happy to see them gone. But are you sure you're up to it?
Sure we are. Just leave it to us.
Velacant's gang is rumored to be holed up in a cave south of here. Be careful.
Alright, ready to take on some pirates? Yeah, let's go. To the seas. Looks a bit too slippery to run across. It's a sliding puzzle. Gas? Might be able to blast the wall if we had something to mark this spot to make a spark with. Is that so? Too bad we don't have anything. Oh, that's a clue. Unfortunately, you can't carry anymore. Like so.
This ought to be.
There's stairs. Here's more of those. There's a lever. Hopefully that does something without being dangerous. And open this. That's another. there's a save point. What the? Who are you? This is the guy about to beat up,
This
I
ought to be
guess?
simple.
Guess
Your fight.
I would assume there was gonna be more gang members. Flint acquired. I get the feeling that wasn't Velacant's. It wasn't Velacant's leader. We've come this far already. We need to take out the boss. Let's keep going a little more. Guess it wasn't leader then. I think we're already in as far as we can go. We got the flints now. There's gas seeping all around this place. Sadly, didn't the henchman drop some flint earlier? We could use that to set off the explosions. I bet it's enough to break down some of these walls. Oh yeah, maybe we can find some secret room and stuff. I imagine so. Items newly acquired. Flint. What is that? Ooh. That had to done something above.
So you're the captain of the pirates.
Get the hell out of here, you!
It looked like it.
Oh, what a pain!
Air slash! Ow! Double slash! Air slash! Air slash! Double slash! Air slash! Air slash! Air slash! Air slash!
All
there
right,
you
let's
go.
get going.
Excellent. Now let's get back to Portmouth.
You got it. They've got to let us ship sail to Astral now. We can go back to Portmouth if you want, but I'm wondering about what's up ahead. You think there's anything back there?
Probably. Can't take any of that.
This is horrible.
I hear something.
Huh?
Listen.
Sounds like a flute, but why would there be a flute here?
It's coming from up ahead. Let's go.
Are you all right?
You're gonna tie me up again, aren't you?
Huh?
No, we.
You're gonna wrap that rope all over me again, aren't you?
She's scared out of her wits.
Listen, we aren't here to hurt you. My name's Helia. What's yours? Let's take her with us. We can't just leave her in here. Let me go! I'm gonna be a cute little bird flying through the air. I don't need you.
Okay. Drop something. Macarena.
You actually got rid of them?
That we did.
Oh, thank you so much. You have no idea how much this helps us. I've got to repay you.
Well, would you mind taking us to the Kingdom of Astral then?
Oh, no problem. You can...
So, I'm not sure what to do because the optional members, she was one of them that I was going to take for this playthrough. Just because, from what I understand, she's just a random extra, and to get the 3 I want for this one, I can only get those 3 and not the other ones. So I don't know. Can I like get her now and still get the others? I'm not sure. I'm gonna try that. Hopefully that's how it works. If it doesn't, then I can always reload. It's gonna take a while to get back there though. So going back here to the healing fountain will also be good. before I can even get there. I'll try asking around to see if anyone's seen the captain. Okay, so this is a waste of time. Thinking about the instructions, I'm pretty sure my notes said I need Millie here for this.
Was there a postal system on Roak 300 years ago?
We used carrier pigeons to transport messages back and forth in my time. Well, not just pigeons.
People used other animals too?
Yes, such as...
This is interesting though. What other kind
Sorry. I remember Millie tried to use a cat one time. I don't know why. I guess she really loves cats.
How did that go?
Terrible. The cat went missing for a few days, and we never did find out what happened to that letter.
Doesn't seem to take a doesn't take a genius to figure out what would figure that would happen. But then again, she's kind of lopey when that way sometimes.
Aw,
Loopy.
would have been nice if it worked.
What? You want a carrier cat?
That's weird.
Oh, this is
What?
interesting. At least they didn't come here all
I
for
have
nothing.
a feeling that someone's talking about me behind my back. Oh well, never mind. We need to find a town, don't we?
Oh, right. Yeah.
They're
I know
in-
you've got your symbology or whatever, but I'm totally defenseless here, with no equipment, no weapons, nothing.
So they're in a place we haven't been yet. I don't recognize the scenery.
Don't worry. I'll help you pick out something to impress the ladies once we find a town.
Thanks.
So I guess that's kind of what private action is for. To see these like kind of like skits. So yeah, at least it wasn't that pointless to come all the way here. Or could Million or Onyx be someplace we aren't? So, okay, yeah. That's, I guess what, the private action is like skits, yeah. They're probably more, like, in line with, like, the story. Wonder if this game has like a repel item. Guess you'd expect the castle town to be pretty lively. Yeah, he's just gonna do that every single time, I guess. Astro. I don't think the others would like if I left them behind. Where'd she go? Is that? No, that's not. That's not her. Oh, there she is. I love this ocean breeze. Just to get out of the action, they might have to leave the town and come back in. Where? Yeah. Now we can get going. Sail.
So, this is what Astro looks like.
Where do you think Millie and the captain could be?
Who knows? We'll just have to search through every town until we find them.
It would be nice if we had something to go on.
Well, don't look at me. Let's try paying a visit to the castle after we've looked around the town.
You people travelers?
You could say that.
Where'd you come from? I don't see any tail on you.
Oh, I come from Kratus, and, I lost my tail in a childhood accident.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to bring it up.
You kinda did.
No problem.
I am Fia Mel, knight in service of Astral Kingdom.
My name's Elia, and he's Roddick. Good to meet you.
You must pardon me for being rude. Allow me to guide you to Astral City. The roads here are fraught with danger.
What do you think, Roddick?
Absolutely, thanks, but I don't remember this in the notes. Cause I know she's an optional one, but I don't want her for this playthrough. I don't think so.
Thanks, but I'd prefer to take my time with our search. We don't want to pass them by without noticing.
Ah. If Astral Castle is your destination, a ship will take you there from Tatroy. Try to exercise caution along the way.
Thank you.
Wanna get... Oh, no, that's the sail. You can see the reflection. Have you heard of orichalcum? It is a metal imbued with magical properties that resist gravity. It's orichalcum's in pretty much everything. A portrait of Roddick. Okay. Here you go. What do you think? Pretty good, huh? Doodle acquired. Yeah. Doodles acquired. exactly is this depicting? It doesn't even shred an artistic beauty. It's just a bunch of doodles. Can't even tell what it's supposed to be about. I mean... The artist in this town comes here pretty often. What's your favorite food? Mine's cabbage rolls. Since it's my favorite food, I can recover all my HP and MP eating just one. That's good to know. Looking for something special? I recommend seafood. We just hauled it in this morning. The fish is great here, but especially since we're right by the sea. I heard that you can win a book of techniques at the arena in Tatori. You think that's true? Probably. Doesn't seem like there's any other place to go. Yeah, okay, there we go. This is Atumen. Lots of artists live here. I heard there's a single woman in Austral Knights, and a captain even. Also heard that she's actually the daughter of Lord Leas, the leader. Oh, how inspiring. How do you think these monsters are getting into our world? Are the monsters not just creatures on this planet? Maybe they don't know that, or... Huh. Do you know of any good artists? I'm thinking of applying for an apprenticeship. Based on everything people are saying, everyone here seems to be an artist. If you go all the way south from here, and then travel west along the coast, you'll end up in Tatori, famous for its arena. Don't give up just because you don't have a certain talent. As long as you keep trying, you'll be sure to learn it in no time. We've written a fanfic about the Stalkers. Would you like a copy? It's 8,000 full each, okay? The lead singer of the singer is this girl called Muriel, and she's like so sexy. Guessing Stalkers. Have you heard of the band? Yeah, I guess they're the band. Oh my god, they're so freaking awesome. I'd like to learn the Idler style sword fighting, but I don't know if I'm good enough. We're artistically lined up a bunch of artists fighting gear to help a ton more artistically. Equal. This will go up. This will go up. Do I need to find a great blacksmith just to get a better sword? Alchemy is just for dreamers. You don't seriously think it could be done, do you? Let's take a short break here. Really need to take better care of Millie, you know? What are you talking about? Save before I like die and mess that up again. I don't know if this is the right way to go. I'm pretty sure these do nothing. No, there's no, like, repel item. Yeah, I need to just escape these bugs.
Make this harder than it has to be.
This is back here. I wish I could bring the map up. I'm not sure how. Let me find the inn here. Oh. No. No, I thought that was a stairs going up. Doesn't seem to be an inn in this place. This is the weapon shop. No, this is the end. Okay. Did I go in here? I don't want to mess with monsters and stuff around. I got paid to kill some monsters up there, but I ended up getting wounded and can't see with my left eye. Oh. Guess that's what I had to do?
Penny for your thoughts.
They found a town.
Oh, I'm sending a prayer to the gods in their holy sanctuary.
Sanctuary? Oh, right. That's how your people refer to outer space, isn't it? Well, I'm sorry if this is a touchy subject, but what if I were to tell you that you were in outer space, or what you call your holy sanctuary? You see, to people like us, religion, or the existence of gods, they're all just old relics that we've let go of centuries ago.
I have a hard time believing humans have all become atheists.
I know you're from a world where everyone's far more advanced than us, Ronix.
Because especially with like all the Abrahamic religions all over the world.
How do you mean?
There's more to life than just what we can see or hear. Don't you think so?
I suppose so, yes. From our perspective, the fact that Roak exists at all, I mean, it almost seems like some sort of crazy fairy tale.
Are you saying you don't believe in this world, Ronix? After everything that happened to Dorn and my father, you're telling me it's all just a fantasy? You have no idea how I wish it were all just a dream.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just trying to say, you know, I just can't believe that I'm actually in this fantasy world.
Well, in that case, why don't you try learning the art of symbology? I only know how to use healing symbology, though.
Like magic.
Are you serious?
Totally. I mean, maybe you think this power's something only we can take advantage of. But if you learned it, then maybe you'd be able to believe for yourself. I mean, the whole world is connected, united as one.
Yes, You're probably right.
Of course I am.
I heard the captain of the Astral Knight is one hell of a fighter. Safe now. So where exactly do I need to go? Can't get to wherever that is. It's so hard to see the map. I wish there was a bigger version of it. See, is there the items? The closest dot is over that mountain, but I can't go from there. It sounded, the way they sounded like the terror, I don't remember the name, but it started with a T. It was near the coast. I guess this is the only way I can go.
To retreat!
That looks like an arena. Everyone here is such a good shape. I wonder if the tropical of the highland. Wonder if that's typical for all Highlanders. That's Tori. Now, there's no need to hurry. The arena's not going anywhere. Come on, Grandma, hurry. Hey, good luck. Want something fun? It's only 600 fall a pop. Sure. Now first I want you to just close your eyes. Perfect. And now just wave. Now you're walking in a cave and the path splits in two. Which would you go? Huh? Well, stop being such a fuddy-duddy. Have a little fun once in a while. Which path do you go? Go over, right? It's a trap. You fall straight into a deep pit, never to return. The end? Well, sorry. But that's it for this session. Come back whenever you're bored. Go left. There's a corpse sprawled on the ground, splattered and shredded so badly. It's probably faint if you saw it. What do you do? If it's a corpse, pray for its soul. Search the corpse. Are you sure? Really sure? Really sure? Let me search it already. Darn, he didn't fall for it. You searched the spotted corpse and to find a firebomb in 120 full. Here you go. Sorry? Oh. So, what do you do now? Keep going? Wait for him? Unbelievable, you can't desecrate a corpse and then act like you care about him. You know? Anyway, moving along. Is that supposed to be a cat? Oh no, a chimera jumped out of the shadows. Since there's a level 1 fighter, your chance of winnings are next to nothing. So what do you do? If you decide to fight, you'll be able to settle it with rock, paper, scissors. I think I'll kick its butt. Use a flare bomb. Run. I think I'll kick its butt. Wow, you're going mano a mano? How Don Quixote of you. Okay, rock, scissors, paper. On the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Rock. Paper. Too bad the chimera first rips out their right arm and then your left leg, and left hand at the same time. And now, no, I can't go on anymore. It's just too horrible. Oh well, sorry, but that's it for this season. Come back. Astral Castle sits on top of a hill and can only be reached by boat or a series of caves full of monsters. Only a fool would try to invade it. There's no point in saying care. Oh yeah, it's a bit far. But if you go west from here, you'll end up in the Port Trope. You can't take a boat up to the river, and from here, that'll take you to Astral Castle. Look, you're free to do what you want, but I'm telling you to avoid these caves. The only people who go into them are adventurers or drunks. I wouldn't go in there if I were you. I don't think this is okay. Everyone in the business knows who he is. You can't count on one hand. You can count on one hand number of warriors who can use the dull fighting style as skillfully as Sir Ashley. I heard that a famous swordsman recently visited Tatooine. I wonder if he's still here. I heard there's a ruins of the old race, even dating back to before the demonic war, can be found all across the world. Rumors has it that a large one can be found on the outskirts of Silverland. You can find a few precious gems in Astral Cave. There's a trick to finding them, but you'll know it if you see it. There's a group of people called the Old Race that went away before I was born. Do you know why? Not a clue. I don't think the others would... Oh, that must be the port out. Where is she? When I was a young boy, we were in the middle of a series of wars, and that were far more violent, bloodier than the fighting you see today. They were called the Demonic Wars. I wonder if they'll be traveling back in time to those wars. If you want to fight well, you gotta eat well too. If you're planning on fighting in the arena, you'll want the best weapons you can afford. Come back here when she gets back into the party. I wish I was a bit stronger. I managed to make it to a rank D, but the monsters are that strong that my attacks don't seem to hurt them at all. Be careful, some of the monsters are capable of turning you into stone. You thinking about competing? Monsters shouldn't be allowed to split. Split what? Like, winnings? The trick is to give no chance to attack. All the girls I know dream of being chosen to hand out the victory banquet. I heard that there's a group of adventurers that specialize in capturing monsters alive to use them in the arena matches. I'm sure you've seen plenty of seasoned fighters to be able to do that. You know something? I think it's pretty dashing fighting down there. I love Highlander sword fighters. They're just so dynamic. Dear, I think I fell asleep again. There she is. This is such a rush, fighting in front of such a huge crowd. I'd find it a little tough to concentrate. So now I need to get her back in the party by leaving. What is this? Oh.
Bunch of puppets. The whole lot of them.
Pardon?
Look at them. All dancing to a useless heap of drilled-in techniques. There's no hope of any of them ever reaching the next level. I've wasted my time coming here.
So now I need to enter the arena. Here, would you like to sign up? Would you like to sign up to enter? Do you want to sign up? Sign up. Who will be completing Roddick? Alright, Roddick. You'll be completing in rank H. In the fighting pit, you may use only the items we provide you with. Good out there. We have a challenger. We better not lose. Let the fight begin. Round 1.
Let's go! Ha! Huh? It's over?
That was simple. Next. Round 2. Thought all I had to do is 1 round.
Let's go!
Maybe it'll let me out once I rank up.
Ha! Air slash! Air slash! Huh? It's over?
Phew. Round 3.
Let's go! Ha! Huh? It's over?
Round 4. How many rounds are there?
Let's go! Ha! Air slash! Air slash! Ow! Double slash!
Wish they could have lasted longer. I can feel the power flowing.
Next. Final round. Okay, that's good.
Let's go! Ha! Ha! Double slash! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Double slash! Take this!
Wish they could have lasted longer.
Yes, I did it. New challenger has emerged victorious. With a convincing performance in rank 8 and rank 8, a warm round of applause for Roddick. Handing out the victory banquet is Princess Cashel. We've also got a fantastic prize to give away to Roddick. Medical set. Ooh, that might be good. 1 more round of applause for the victor. Until next time, good fighting. Good job.
Wait, are you?
Ah, yes, we've met before. Are you traveling to Astral as well?
Yes. Is that where you're headed?
I can't help but notice you're traveling as a couple. Mind if I hear your story? I've been traveling the world for many a year now. I'm sure there's something I might be able to help you out with.
Well,
Searching for your friends, are you? That's a bit of a tall order, I imagine. This is hardly a small place you're in. Well, how about I join you in the search, then? I might be a bit on in years, but even without the use of my left arm, Ashley Burnbelt's not going to drag you down. How does that sound, travelers?
I would be honored. He's gonna be
Ashley
the first
Burnbelt?
optional one to pick
I
up.
can't believe it. You're the hero of the demonic wars.
Well, it's an honor to see that youngsters like you still remember my name, yes. But that's an old tale. No need to be polite.
Right. Sure. Well, thank you very much, Ashley. My name is Roddick Ference.
But you can call me Roddick.
And I'm Elia Silvestri. Please, sir, just call me Elia.
To tell the truth, I happened to witness your fighting skills at the arena earlier.
So you didn't leave.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes. And if you'll forgive me for being trite, you've got talent. A little rough still, yes, but I'd say the spark is definitely there.
Really?
Oh, don't start with that. He's just being polite.
Perhaps it'd be better for him if he took it that way, yes. You need to keep your eyes on the prize, as they say.
I suppose so. This is the first time anyone's ever complimented my swordsmanship.
Who taught you? The fundamentals remind me of the Adarl school, but something about it, it's very different.
My father taught me the fundamentals.
My goodness, well, he taught you the basic skills well, and you've altered them as needed for the battlefield. That takes skill.
Oh, Roddick, the boat's leaving.
Let's get on.
Talented blood and a talented master. I thank my stars I came to this place today. My luck must truly be boundless.
Lady Fia, it's unsafe to be by yourself.
Oh!
Oh.
What are you doing? Oh!
Is she betraying them?
Excuse me, sir. You wouldn't happen to be Ashley, would you?
One and the same, yes.
It's me. Don't you remember me, sir? Fia Mel?
Ah, yes, now I remember. You're Lias's daughter.
Yes. It's been such a long time.
Indeed, too long. 10 years, as I recall. Is Lias doing well?
Of course. We'd all be in trouble if we were without his leadership as captain of the Night Corps. Ah, so we meet again. Are you traveling with this group?
Hmm? You know them? I happened to come across them in the midst of my travels. I'm here to pay the man a visit. Why don't you come by yourself later?
I'd be happy to guide you to Lord Lias's mansion. He's moved since last you've seen him.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you.
Here it is. Lord Lias, you have visitors.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I thought I told you not to call me that in the house.
Father, here are your guests.
Ashley? Oh, Ashley! How long has it been?
Too long. Glad to see you are well. Where's the kid?
Isn't that Fia?
Is he in the castle?
Oh, he?
I'll tell you about that later. By the way, who did you come with?
These are my traveling companions.
I see. Well, any friends of Ashley's are honored guests of mine. thank you for coming. Feel free to make the most of my humble abode during your stay in Astral.
Humble abode, huh?
There's a huge market on Earth for antiques like these. You'd have to be an Admiral-class officer to afford a place like this. Well, might as well enjoy it while we can.
Yeah.
So, now what? We've got to keep searching for Millie and the captain.
Let's walk around town for a bit. Yeah.
I'm with you there. Let's take a look around. I'd like to do some weapon shopping, too.
Right. We'll meet back here when we're done.
You look haggard.
Oh? I guess so. Ever since my son left the house, perhaps.
What happened between you two?
The assistant captain post in the 1st Night Corps opened up just as my son joined the force. I couldn't find anyone with the right field experience for the position, so I recommended Cius. A move that generated some very painful criticism.
Oh?
They wound up putting him through the ringer, and I feel it was all my doing.
So CS is his son and Fia's daughter. I mean, Fia's brother.
I should make it clear that Cius being nominated had absolutely nothing to do with him being my son.
I understand that. And I know perfectly well how talented he is, too.
That's gonna be interesting when for the second playthrough, when we bring him here.
He probably didn't realize how good he was back then.
That may be true, but perhaps I was rushing things a little too quickly.
And I'm sure it must have made him an extremely distrustful young man. Distrustful of the Corps, of his father, even of himself.
And Fia took the bulk of the pain, too. Don't mention Cius around her, all right? She had a fondness for Cius, so you could say this whole Knight Captain situation completely flipped that on its head.
Girls. Difficult to deal with at that age. If that's how bad things became, I doubt there's much you could do. Besides, time smooths everything over.
That's a nice thought, but who knows?
You might want to take some time to explore the streets of Astral City, my boy. Unlike the other kingdoms, you're free to enter the castle as well. Yes, what is it? I suppose you don't think it's rude just barging into my room like that. Who are you? I'm sorry that you can't make your stay. I'm sorry that we can't make your stay any more comfortable. Looks fine. It looks fine as is. The train specialty can make life difficult because it lowers the combat ability, but you'll gain more experience as a reward. If you walk outdoors or a lot, you may want to forage around the boulders to see So something herbs can be often found in such areas. Let me tell you a little about customization specialties. I can tell you much. This being the source of my income. But let me just say the key is combine goods, weapons, and valuable metals. Being stingy and using only cheap weapons won't get you far. Welcome to Astral City. This is Astral City, a town full of strong people. You can't become strong without a well-balanced diet. I'll go through all like the food and stuff off screen. Don't want to bother doing that now. Remember to use items and ingredients as part of any willing strategy. I'll solve that too. Let's head to Leah's place for the night, okay? We should get some rest. Just run in circles. Astral isn't at war with the armies of the demon world, like found in Silverland are, but many Highlanders are fighting over there as mercenaries. Have you heard of the Feather Folk? They're a race of beautiful people with bird-like wings. They really are a lot like angels. My dream is one day make it to the Astral Knights. I don't mean to brag, but I think Astral City is the safest place in the world. You'd think there'd be a book of techniques lying around here somewhere. This being the Kingdom of Swords and all. I make the weapons and armors for the Astronauts, so you know you're getting quality. Please be on your best behavior in front of His Highness. You'll need to learn many skills to be able to mix herbs, like the herbologist skill, for example. If you don't have any business here, I suggest you leave. Let me out. Can't go that way. I have heard of a certain symbol of being hidden in various parts of the world. Visit these areas. May allow me to acquire rare spells I would have never even heard of. His Majesty is in the throne room just ahead. in charge of the royal chambers, please don't go around dropping dirt. Captain Fia is looking good as always. I just brushed past Captain Fia a few minutes ago. I think I'm in heaven. Working on a new musical piece for the King and Queen. Will you be able to stop going on about it? It's almost ready. Hey, boys aren't allowed to complain. Mommy, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Let's put the town out. Would you like the rest of the day? Yeah. Uh-oh.
Lias?
Who's Fia?
Fia! What have you done? Wait!
Was that Fia?
I can't believe this. It must be some mistake.
We've got to chase after her.
Right.
You've got to go after her before she gets away. The assassin could still be in the area. Stay inside, the assassin's still on the loose. There she is. There she is.
They're so